we are ranking the best fullbacks in all of FC 24. Welcome back to Pick 10, and today, this is for the OGs. I've got Mad HD Gamer. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm great. Now I know that I'm OG. I'm feeling old, so thanks for that.
We're not the youngest. We should throw it out there. We've got a decade in the game. I'm happy to have you on the show. Let me go over the rules. Every player must be a fullback. We have alternating picks. You cannot repeat players. We're looking at 250,000 coins for the cheap options, and you have no price range for the heavy hitters, and we're gonna see no icons in action. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you?
We'll see. I don't know where you're gonna go to lead us off. The guest always gets to begin. You can let us know in the comments who did we miss and who made better selections. So the floor is yours.
Brilliant. You might not have guessed it, but 89 Bompastor. Honestly, the most reliable left back I've used all year. I love her card. Got me 18 wins, multiple occasions. She is so good even now. Why not?
That version of Bompastor, phenomenal. Put her on the map. Confirmed greatness. I don't know if I've built up another fullback on the channel more. So I love that choice. I just want to throw it out there. For the people at home, if you're going to grab the 93, I think it's 220,000 coins, go for it. But the hero edition, the 89, must be next to nothing at this point.
Yeah, I think she's like 25k. Honestly, even now, she could still be a usable left back. I love that card.
I love that selection. I respect it. I also should mention, Matt and I have a gentleman's agreement where we're going to have some slider choices. So a few of these players might be just over 250,000 coins, but by the time the video comes out, I have a feeling they're going to be under that budget. And I said a lot there to make sure that I could include someone off rip. I need Grimaldo in action. He's been fun to use. I've enjoyed every iteration similar to Bompastor. Congrats to Bayer Leverkusen, who have obviously put on just an incredible season. Some would say maybe a true invincible season.
They deserve the undefeated crown, except for one game. We'll forget that one.
Fair enough. Yeah, we'll just leave that alone. Okay, what's number 2 from Mr. Mad HD?
We got to go with, like, I guess, cheap options here, haven't we? So I've gone for a guy who I think is really strong, and again, like, almost not used enough in Weekend League. I'm going to go for an 89 Barcelona player himself, Alex Balde, the right back. Solid player, 209,000 coins. I think he's stunning. Honestly, so quick. He's got everything you need. 97 sprint speed, quality defending. Why not? I think he's really nice.
I like the choice again. Something that I can already see as an early theme. These are all going to be players that you put in real minutes in your club, which, again, as a guy that's a connoisseur, I respect it. It's not someone you just used for a week and he made it into the lineup. Okay. So I want to match that. I'd like to match that energy. Someone that everyone should have completed. 93 overall. Lucas Vasquez has been upgraded. Pretty interchangeable. Multiple positions. We all had the fodder to complete them. And I still use them current day often as a super sub, but I like the utility that you get from Vasquez.
He's a great player, isn't he? Have you used him a lot in Weekend League?
I have. I've used him since he released. It's got to be 5-6 weekends, but he's kind of always sitting on the bench. Used him as a starter right when he was released, but with the upgrade and the improvements, I just have good belief in him. He's been pretty consistent, especially depending on the patch, because his R1 dribbling is kind of nice. A little more of a wing-back feel comparatively to a traditional fullback.
Oh, yeah. Good choice. I like that choice. Well, I'm going to go with a guy who was I think he was like 900k when he first released. So thinking is here that I don't think you have this guy, and I think he's a bit of a forgotten beast in the game. He's got like 3 playstyle. It's Team of the Season Klaus.
Oh, he's on my next choice. I didn't think you were gonna go there.
Yes.
I was gonna swap it. I was gonna swap them over. Nice choice.
If he could be centre mid, he'd be one of the best centre mids in the game, wouldn't he?
He's sick.
Why is he not one of the best players in this position used often? He's so overpowered. Great links, obviously. Links from Mbappe, any French player. So yeah, he's my lucky choice. I did not think you'd have him. So yeah, fair play.
I was ready to back out of the Vasquez. I was right there. You could maybe hear me before I started. I was saying I'm gonna go with an SB, and I was pulling out of it. I was gonna get Santa Claus. I thought that you wouldn't have him. Therefore, I was like, maybe I can, sneak a pick in. That was the game plan. Love the choice. If you're looking for a different fullback, again, easy links, as Matt was saying. I really like him as well, and he's super cheap. I think 150, 160,000 coins, super cheap.
Brilliant.
All right, that was good. Well done, brother.
Thank you.
As it stands, as I'm recording, it's 270,000 coins, but João Cancelo has to be there. The 95, I'm even seeing him used in the pro events. We just talked about him over a pro event. Nice with the dribbling, can play him as a left back or a right back. Facilitation, precision, passing, delivery, it's all there.
Wow. Yeah, you can have him. Good choice. Is he 270k?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's came down so far that it's hard. It's hard for me not to use him. There it is. That's my midway. I think it's a steal of a pick, I think, at the third choice.
Yeah, that is strong. I think that's a stunning choice. I think that's probably one of the best left backs, right backs in the game. I'm going to go for a player that I don't think you've maybe got yet, but another one a bit like my right back. I'm going to go for Nuno Mendes. 92. Well, you've gone quiet. I'm hoping you haven't got it. 197k.
Doesn't matter if I do. It doesn't matter if I do. It's done now. I can't get him.
He's going to be my guy. He's got, 5-star weak foot. I love him. Yeah, he's in my team, and I'm probably going to keep him all night.
Yeah, I like him. He's good. I had him on my short list. Maybe not my first 5, but it just depends what you choose. I got to adjust. But he was on my short list as well. If you're looking for a Portuguese player or you need something out of Liga, you're in safe hands. And I'm looking forward to the Euros. On a side note, that's sort of related.
Oh, yeah. And Portugal should be good.
I'd love to see them do it. Maybe a little last hurrah for Cristiano Ronaldo, even though he's had a fantastic year in Saudi. But the sentiment the last couple years is that Messi is just doing things. We had the World Cup, moved to MLS, took over more of the media position, and I feel like some people forgot how good Cristiano Ronaldo actually is and currently is, and his longevity has been incredible throughout his career. I don't want to stir the comments too much. I got a lot of my choices are right there on the cusp, but they're just over. I got to bring them up. I actually prefer him as a fullback. Some people play him as a center mid, but Camavinga, athlete.
Ooh, I was going to select him, and he's got like 90 pace, hasn't he? That's a really good choice.
I mean, that's like a requirement at this point. So
yeah,
270,000. I still feel that he's better suited to be a left back comparatively to a center mid or a holding mid. Maybe it's just with some of the options that we have, but feels really natural. You need that left peg, if you will. But Camavinga is my number 4. And then, of course, with team of season players, they all are getting the triple play styles, some better than others, but it does make a big difference. Whether you love it, you hate it, you're on board with it. Play styles change or shift the dynamic around items all year long.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be 4 play styles and players again soon. I mean, there's been glitch play styles. They've been a really good addition to the game, haven't they? They've been nice. But no, that's a good choice. So shall I get to my next one?
Bring it on, Matt. What's your final choice?
We're allowed to go to, I mean, obviously it's a 270-ish, and then obviously cheap one. So do you mind if I go for cheap? Like legend here, bit of a cheap.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
It's actually going to be, you won't have him, 87 Lamptey from Brighton.
Wow. Okay.
He's good. And again, I would use him now, you know. I'm not even joking. I really would use him now.
If you put him into the lineup right now, I'm eating. Bro, Matt, I am eating him for dinner if you put him in the lineup.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Present day, I understand, though, the sentiment, but I'm cooking right now.
I mean, who do you use against him? Left wing, Neymar, probably evolution. Udace, maybe. Son.
I respect that he's someone that you got, like, real minutes with. That I definitely respect.
Yeah, he's nice. I can't deny that.
We're going with an Englishman, and he plays just like Kyle Walker, the better version of Kyle Walker. Tavernier, 92 overall,
Yep.
right around 250-ish. He's got whip pass, he's got jockey. For me, I love jockey as a playstyle plus in general, but I really prefer it with fullbacks. I think because your players are trying to cut inside on you all the time.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of a better responsive rate and more recovery time if you have that, and he does. And if you haven't used him, this is a recommendation. I'm feeling good, though, about both of our choices. I like that you went with players that maybe have already started being a little more forgotten. They're not getting the love that they probably deserve. And then I went with a lot of the mainstreamers. I will say that.
Yeah.
A lot of fresh faces that are team of the season. And at the end of the day, I think that maybe they're a little bit better. But we'll see what you got for the unlimited options.
Brilliant. Wow. So we can go whatever price range here, right?
Does not matter. You pick the player. The floor is yours.
Well, I've got to go. Like, I'm keeping to that mentality of keeping players here that I've used loads. She's a player who I've used maybe 300 times or more. SBC from Sweden. 93 Rolfo. 5-star weak foot. 4-star skill. You know how good she is. She is on every single meta video ever. You probably made 5 videos this year alone on her card. She's so good. Has to be my team here, man. She's got to be. Has to be.
Yeah, I'm not upset with that. Not upset at all. I think if we're looking at this from a quality and longevity perspective, and even price point, I know this isn't necessarily a value argument, but Rolfo can do it all. I think that SBC was 500,000 or 600,000 coins with SBC pricing, something around there. I mean, what an item! What a freaking item!
She's endgame even now. I actually need to use her card again. I'm looking at these stats. She's only got 1 stat below 90, and it's one overall stat below 90 at that. 89 physical. Crazy.
No, I reckon that she is endgame. If you wanted to use her 2 months from now, you'll still be good to go. She's just built to do the business. If Rolfo's in the lineup, you know it's not going to be an easy day on the offensive end. She definitely causes problems. And I think she's best suited, personally, as a fullback. I know some people use her center mid or even as a winger, but I think this is her best role.
Yeah, she's best left back.
Well, then I'm going to take an SBC for my first choice then as well. I want Kai Havertz, especially if you're going to the pro level. He is incredible because he has the size, and it's pretty important to try to combat some of those crosses, the knockdowns. You got to have fullbacks that can go up against Haaland or Drogba or Sorloth. Even that new Giroud has been making a difference, and Havertz is really cream to the top in terms of priority as a fullback. Cost double the price of Rolfo, which is kind of crazy. That's how good of a price Rolfo was. But Havertz has to be there for me. I'm taking him off the board.
That's a solid choice, honestly. Go for him. He's all yours. He's the only player, I think, who can actually, like you say, defend against Bissek on corners, 94 Vidic, all those guys. He can compete. So whereas Rolfo can't. That's her only weakness, I guess, is the height. But no, that's yeah, he's great. Do you use him still in your team, main team?
Yep, I love Havertz. I actually play him still more so as a center mid, but as you make upgrades, he naturally sort of sifts into a left back role, typically.
And he's massive, isn't he? I remember he took a picture, was it with Way? And
yes,
Way
please
like
pop this up, editor.
Yeah,
pop up the picture with Way.
Way's like what, our height, 6'2", 6'3"-ish. And Havertz was next as Way. And honestly, if you said he was 6'7", I would probably believe you. The guy's massive. I swear he's not 6'5", honestly.
They list him at 6'3", and I swear he used to be listed at 6'1" or 6'2", but then I saw that picture was Way as well, and I feel like he grew an inch even in game. But he needs to be remeasured. He must have kept growing because there's just no way. Because we both know Zwayback. Zwayback is an official. We're not rounding up all day at least 6'2", maybe even 6'3". So what does that make Havertz? 6'4", 6'5", at least.
Could be. Maybe he had like big Air Force Ones on or something, or he had massive trainers on. But I don't know. It seemed like he was 6'7" on that picture. But no, he's a solid left back. So
put him in some black forces. Let's go.
So I'm thinking my next choice is I'm going to go with the big one. Whenever you see a right back or any player with 86 physical, there is something about that stat that is golden. And I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you, just the best right back for me in this game. Well, actually saying that's a big statement. Somehow it's still forgotten, but I think I know why. It's because he's just too expensive. It's actually going to be 93 Mendy. Literally a team of the season card in a 93 rated item. Might be one of the best left backs in the game there. 99 pace, 95 physical, 4-star, 5-star. I adore this guy. I've used him a few times as well. He's solid. He's the real deal.
I think it's something with the physicality that's just ridiculous. Like, you get the 99 pace, but he almost feels like he has a 99 physical as well. Kind of automated as a defender. And also, I don't know if it's a fun fact, but it is one. Most expensive fullback that you can buy. Even present day with all the team of the season items, this guy is held up.
Yeah, he's good to go.
I like it. I like it. If you didn't take him, I'm taking him somewhere soon. I'll just throw that out there. You got to pick one of these guys. It's like when I'm going to pick one, you're going to pick the other one. I'm just calling that now. Okay? That's how this is going to go. So it's my preference of player.
Here we go.
I'm going to lean on the right back. I think that he's more fun to use than the other option. We'll see if you go there. So we're going with the Frimpong team of the season, fastest fullback that I've used. Just feels like a winger. I mean, quick is an understatement. He's got those cat level reactions, and he has whipped, jockey, and rapid, which if that's a threesome, you'd want to re-up with. Might be a weird wording there, but that works for a fullback. And if you're playing the game and you're trying to score goals, you want to give some people some step overs, this guy's got all everything. It's all inclusive. He's just a little undersized.
I love that choice. Honestly, great choice. Great word, by the way, you just used. That was a brilliant analogy. I never thought I'd hear threesome in a FIFA video, but here we are. So that worked well. I agree. I mean, we all know we probably all would have chosen Frimpong there, or maybe the next guy I'm about to choose, if that's cool.
Yeah, give it to me. Give it to me.
Theo
Write it down already.
Hernandez. Yeah, I think he is the most ultimate left back in the game. I think he's better than Mendy as well, which is saying something. He's got everything. 3 play styles there for the playstyle plus. 5 skill moves. I mean, you can't go wrong, literally. And I think most maybe rank 3 players probably got this guy in their rewards. So we'll be seeing him a lot more, I'm sure.
He's the real deal. There's no denying. I kind of teased it. You're going to take either Frimpong or Hernandez. I actually believe more people would prefer Theo Hernandez, but I having more fun with Frimpong. So this is my selection. I'm sticking to it. I am going to shift us though into a left back, and that Alphonso Davies item is also phenomenal. You could argue with the speed, the athleticism, offensively, he's definitely a problem. Defensively, he's always active. And I remember even the flashback item, I believe it was the 89. Do you remember it was an expensive SBC, but that was unbelievable as well. You could have used that item for many months after it was released, which is a rarity this year. There's very few players that hold up over time.
I agree. Even his gold card, you could still somewhat use in like a cheap team. But no, I agree. He is just incredible, isn't he? So I'm going to go with my next choice. That's cool. And I still think this guy's just about meta. Reason being is 5-star weak foot. Now he's an SBC from the Premier League. So any guesses who I've gone for here from the Premier League? I'll give you a clue. They used to be a very consistent top 4 team in the Premier League.
It's not Everton then. Sad days for me.
Yeah.
I know for a fact the player you're choosing is not on my list or my short list.
Okay.
So go ahead and give it to us. Go give it to us.
Reece James, 91. One of the most popular SBCs completed. I think most players playing Ultimate Team did this guy. 4-star, 5-star, 91 rating, 91 pace, 91 passing. He's got really, really good stats. And he's just brilliant. I think he's so even now still used, although maybe not soon, but still. Only let down is, I guess, high work rates. However, he just makes up for it with his just stats. The guy is a machine. I love his card. I think he's really underrated as well.
I'm surprised because you could have used him for a cheap option, 170,000 coins on an SBC. Could have done some sort of swap there, but I have him. I've used him a ton. Definitely reliable. Another one of those SBCs that every single person should have completed because it was just a really fair price, maybe even a cheap price for what you were receiving. Where do I want to take us next? I've got a couple choices I like. Keeping a team of the season theme. This is a little more of a defense first choice, but Araujo has been being used as a fullback a ton, especially at meta levels, competitive levels. Again, you're looking for matchups for the large players, those crosses. And if you're playing at a rank 1 level, or if you're playing through high-end division rivals, you need some size, or it's nice to have some of it. So I'm gone Araujo. I think he's under 500,000 coins at this point. My only disclaimer is his passing is good for a fullback, but there are players that are better when it comes to passing. But the big key is that he has aerial as a playstyle plus. So you're going to start winning all the headers, and then he's got a good body type for that type of gameplay, combative game plan. There's some wordplay for you.
That's good. That's a great choice.
Last one. Send us off.
Well, I've got to, I guess, make this one special. So I'm going to go for a surprise that, a bit like some of the cards I've chosen, it have been weirdly, I found a bit forgotten about. And again, greatly priced SBC for how good she is. Links to Putellas on your battle.
Yep.
691k. On console, all round just tank of a right back. It's the only negative. She hasn't got a 5-star skill moves a weak foot, but that's how brutal we've got to be now with all these good cards. But honestly, she's one of the best right backs in the game still. Can play left back as well. She's crazy. I've got to go with only battle. She's too good.
I had her. I like her a lot. She's had a few items this year. All of them have been relatively decent. Again, part of that same just unbelievable woman collective of a squad where you're able to put together all the links. And if you go for Ona, then I feel required to go Karkawi, where you're looking at a 97 overall. Blues clues everywhere, has the 5-star skills. Sort of similar players now on the left side. I would recommend playing, obviously, Ona as a right back. But they're relatively in line in terms of stylistic approach to the game. Maybe you have a little bit of preference, but they both do similar things.
They're both quality, I agree. I kind of realized that you never seem to pack on your battle, that is, for some reason. She's 85 rated, but I honestly have hardly packed her card.
I would argue Karkawi's 86, the original gold, is much more packable than Ona's 85, which makes no sense, but I would second that in terms of what I've seen and what I've experienced firsthand. So that wraps us up with our choices. You guys should let us know who do you think did better throughout these selections. Also, we should take a moment. Any players that maybe we forgot, we can go a little quick fire, give some shout outs. I don't know who's all on your list. It could be cheap or expensive.
I had a few icons until obviously I was about to break the rules, so that wasn't great. But no, Karchawai was, any of her cards above 90 are crazy. So she would have been probably the one for me on my my unlimited list at least. How about you?
Well, we've got like Vicente could have been there for going on the cheaper players. I really love that Mook, that right back, the Frenchman. He's a 91. It was a showdown item, but I evoed him to a 92, and I thought that he was fantastic, or I think that he's fantastic. I still have him. I'm very happy about that. For more of the expensive options, I had Koundé in there as maybe a sleeper choice. He's kind of more of a center back, but he's sort of undersized. You could play him as a right back authentically, so he still would have fit. But I feel like we hit most of the names that need to be there. And I don't think we left off the notables. Well, either way, the comments will let us know. But appreciate you coming on. If you guys do not follow Matt, I don't know what you've been on or what you've been doing. I will link all of his stuff down below. I know that you're live streaming a lot. I like your Twitter. I see all the different news and things that are popping off on Twitter. And then on YouTube, there's content flying out pretty much daily, it feels like, or almost daily. It depends, I guess, what's happening with content. What are we getting dropped with? I think a lot of people will probably shift into some sort of Euro content going forward.
Yeah, definitely. And there's new game mode coming out for that, isn't there? There's obviously loads of football games coming out as well. So I think right now could be a good time for content, you know? I think you'll be busy. I think you'll be everywhere. But no, it's been a pleasure.
Amazing. Well, I appreciate you coming on again. And as always, guys, we'll have a lot more content coming out ASAP.